Okay, this is question 10. So this one's really going to test you projecting all the information across into one view to another. So in essence, it's a cuboid, and then we've got these little removed sections. They're the bit that you're going to have to focus on. So ultimately, it's 40 millimeters wide by 40 millimeters tall by 40 millimeters in depth. So you can kickstart with a cuboid. So on here, so we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Project that line across. Okay, we've got the width of it, so we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, which is here. Project that upwards. We'll put the side sections in for now, and we'll also put the base in as well. There we go. So we then start with, well, you can start with the detail if you want to, but you can already see that the top view is also a square. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do all of the major profiles first with this one. So I'm going to leave a 2 centimeter gap, a 2 square gap, draw my horizontal. So this line I've just drawn represents this line here. See how far back it goes, which was 40, which I measured before. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, which is here. Draw my line across here. I'm going to draw in my 45-degree line and then project my horizontal across. It's going to hit that 45-degree line. It's going to hit that 45-degree line. And then we're going to project that down, and the same with this one. This is going to come down at the bottom here. So we've got our major squares here for this object, but now it's the detail that's in there. So this little door or opening here is 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter from the edge. It's 1 centimeter tall, and it also goes in by 5 centimeters, which I don't really need to worry about for the front view. So if I just find that position, so it's 2 squares in, it's 2 squares up, it's 2 squares wide, and if I draw in that horizontal, so that's that one. This opening here, this is, if you measure it, it looks like it's 1 square from the bottom, 2 centimeters from the bottom here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, and it goes in 2 squares in for 1 centimeter. It's 1 centimeter tall, so that's another 2 squares, and it's also another horizontal there on the side. Now it starts to get a little bit more confusing here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink these in. Now this is what I'm just doing, what I can see at the moment. So I can see that with this one. Now if I then start to tackle the plan view next as to what I can see on the plan view, and then we'll kind of reverse applying all the hidden detail. If I draw these in first, so on the plan elevation, I know there's this little square here. I can see that from the top. So that's 1 square in, which is 5 centimeters from that bit, and it's 2 squares in, 1 centimeter from the edge. So if I mark where I think that is positioned, so it's 2 squares in, put a little marker, 1 square from the front. If I draw in that view here, so it's this little square, but clearly, there we go. That detail needs to go on to the front view. I can't see it from the front view, but I know it's there because I can see it in the plan view. So what I need to do, this is where your projecting comes in. I need to project that information from this little square onto the front view. Okay, so next thing I need to do is ink my lines in. There we go, so you can see it. So if I project that down, so this needs to come kind of reverse projecting now. So this bit comes down onto it, but I'm not unsure how far down it goes. Now you could measure it off here, or we could wait till we finished our side view and we can project the line across, which will tell us the depth of it. So if I'm looking at the side view, what can I see from the side? Well, I can see this square here, which is actually in the same position as the one on the front here. So they should line up. So over here, I should be able to use that. So if I project across any horizontals from my front, that gives me the position of this object here, and if I measure it, it is 1 square in. So if I measure that bit, so that opening is this bit here, but I've also got this front opening here. So if I project that across from my front elevation here, but again I'm still unsure how far in. Now I could measure it here, or I can use my plan view to determine that on the side, because if you look, I've missed a little bit off here. I've missed this door, the view of this door, so that door needs projecting upwards. So you'd actually get, from where you could see here, you should get a little bit of hidden detail here. So that little recess on that front door would be here, directly in line with it. As it came up, it'd be directly in line with that little square. So we've got a little bit of hidden detail there. If we look at this one, so if I ink this one in, it's a long one, this one, isn't it? So if I draw this one, I've got my verticals, I've got a horizontal line on this bit. But this one really kind of tests you looking at each of the views and projecting this detail onto each of them. I can see this object here, so I can ink that one in. So I've got a vertical, a horizontal, and another horizontal here. Now we need to sort out this front door here, how far that comes in. So we know the front door is here, so you could project that across, it hits that line, comes down, so there's the detail for the door, but I can't see it on the view, which means that it needs to be hidden. So there's my little front door here, so that's what I can see from the front. Now the other bit of detail missing off the side view is this little square, this recessed square. So if I send a horizontal line across, it hits that 45, project that down, it then gives me the position of where that object is on the side view, but it's how far down it needs to go. So I can measure that at 1 square. So there's that little recess, it goes in 1 square, and if I project that across, it should finish off that recess on this side here. So this will be hidden on this edge here, there we go. And then on the front view, I can't see that recess, so that means that this one will also be hidden. There we go. I think that's everything on there. Oh no, I've missed one off actually. This bit here needs to be visible on the top view. So we can use that by projecting it back up, across, over here. It's right on the edge, which means this area here, you can't see it. So this would also be hidden. There we go, so you've got a little square from this side view on the top, looking down. Okay, so there we go. It's quite a lot involved in that one. Good luck with that.